The hardest part of becoming a mom wasn't my kids. Part of it was realizing very quickly that it didn't come naturally, or that no one actually prepared me for this. Everyone, or there's at least this expectation as if motherhood is supposed to come naturally or be sort of intuitive, especially if you wanted to have kids, and that if you wanted to have kids, then you're just gonna soak up every moment and love every second of it and instantly just kind of like know what you're doing because this is what you were meant to do. And of course, there are cuddles and kisses and beautiful moments, but a lot of the early days, especially when becoming a first-time mom or just taking care of an infant, is filled with exhaustion, overwhelm, this crazy identity shift, hormonal crashes, going through this intense hormonal cycle, intrusive thoughts, and wondering why nobody prepared you for how hard this was going to be, or maybe thinking also that you're just the only one going through this. And I think part of the reason is that many of us spend so much of our teens and 20s focused on school, careers, and building our lives around everything but preparing to have kids, that by the time we have children, we're so far removed from us being kids ourselves and often have very little experience being around babies or young children. And then finally, when you have your own, you're responsible for one 24/7. You realize very quickly this doesn't come naturally. Even when you have the best intentions, you're tired, overwhelmed, you're literally just in survival mode, and sometimes you catch yourself doing things that you swore that you would never do. Then when you add the pregnancy, birth, postpartum, sleep deprivation, the loss of your older identity, and trying to figure out who you are now, it's this massive transformation, this massive identity shift. And it truly gives you this incredible opportunity for self-reflection and growth. But when you're just trying to survive the day-to-day, it can feel so isolating. And I truly think that we're doing a terrible job preparing women for the reality of this. Like, we're not preparing women for the slowness of raising children after living such fast-paced lives of, your youth and your 20s. We're not preparing for the emotional, physical, and psychological changes that come with becoming a mother. And we're definitely not creating a society that properly supports mothers and children, that then we're faced with making really hard decisions of whether we want to stay with our kids or we need to go back to work, on top of all the things that we're already going through just from the mere fact of becoming a mom. So part of the solution is definitely going to be talking about it more honestly, supporting one another, especially us as women, but also supporting our husbands and sons and understanding what mothers are actually going through and making sure that the next generation of girls grows up with a way more realistic picture of what motherhood actually is. And I know I'm going to do that for my daughter.